Hi guys. Welcome to my channel. I'm Simone, a psychic, medium and tarot reader. I read intuitively, and I'm going to be doing a reading today for the sign of Aries. And so here we go. Let's just get going. You can, if you want to at any point have a private reading with me, you can just check out the link below to my website, simonpsychicmedium.com, and well, you can book a reading with me there if you want to. Otherwise, let's just get on with your general reading, and I'll just remind you, time is fluid, so whenever you find this reading will be the right time for you. Okay, let's see what Spirit wants to say. I'm using, in the first instance, the zodiac reading cards. So it's the sun and the moon talking to us. So let's have a look at the overall feelings. Okay, so first card out is the sun in Sagittarius, which is adventure, and it's striding out into new territory, striking out where maybe you haven't been before with another person. And as this is a love reading, it's like you're on the verge of having a love adventure with somebody warm and friendly, someone who is at a distance from you now, but will be coming closer over time. Yeah, definitely. We have the moon and the heart in the eclipse in Taurus. There we are. And you may have a change of heart going on about a love situation. Maybe right now is not the time to force yourself to think, right, I should be doing this or I should be doing that. It's like, no, keep an open mind. You may have a change of heart. The following card is Eclipse in Capricorn, which suggests a new direction for you. There we are, Eclipse in Capricorn. And it's all about reevaluating what you see as your own personal success in your emotional life and how you want it to pan out. You're looking for excitement in your love life, and you don't like a humdrum love life. Aries aren't into that. They generally like spontaneity, a lot of spontaneity. The underlying energy is your inner wild child wants to awaken to this adventure. And we have the moon in Aquarius, which is very much in line with the sun in Sagittarius. Here you have the moon in Aquarius as the underlying energy. And so your inner child wants to wake up to having fun, to letting go, to seeing what will be without being too tied down at the moment to outcomes. So keep an open mind about your love life. You may be reevaluating a situation and redirecting what you feel is success for you in that area of your life. It's never easy when you really want to love, because we're all vulnerable when we're in a state of loving. When we're falling in love with somebody else, it's not called falling in love for nothing, because you fall big time, and there are no guarantees that a relationship is going to work out. So it's very much about us taking an attitude to things that are going on, even on a daily basis, sometimes small things that are going on. Okay, let's have a look and see on a deeper level how you feel, first of all. Okay. So let's take this out, and we have the Four of Swords. And you know, the Four suggests that right now you may be feeling a little bit worn out. There may be tiredness and just a drain on yourself generally, your resources mentally, emotionally, maybe financially as well. It could be that you've got so many other thoughts on your mind that your love life is something that you've been shelving, even though you really want this adventure. But right now you're too tired to really get too involved. You need rest. You need time to contemplate. You need time to work on some negative thoughts. And it feels like there is a change in your circumstances as well. Or let's say you're worrying about a change in your circumstances. We've got the Devil as your card as well. So you want a bond, and you want a strong bond. If you're in a relationship right now, you're feeling it's just not spontaneous and adventurous enough for to bring out the best in you. So be careful of negative thinking towards a partnership at the moment, because you may have that change of heart coming in the near future. You've got the number 26 here. 2 and 6 is 9, and you've got the number 9 here as well. So it's the number 26, 2 and 6 equals 9 in the eclipse in Taurus, and you've got it here in Sagittarius, the Sun in Sagittarius, the number 9. So you're towards the end of an emotional cycle, and this is within you, very much within you. Maybe you're concerned about a partner's attitude at the moment. It could be that you're around a partner or somebody you really care about, you love, that is perhaps turning to drinking or turning to interests that are not in their best interests at the moment. Okay, but there is this feeling of feeling a little bit trapped and yearning for this adventure. Yeah, here you are in the Two of Swords again, in two minds about how you feel about a relationship. And you may find over the next couple of weeks that you are giving this a lot of thought, that you are looking for perhaps new avenues or new things that you could try with a partner. You do want closeness, and you do want the physical side as well, to improve even. So emotionally, you're trying to calm yourself and just accept things as they are for the time being. Okay, for the time being. What do you deep down, really, really, really deep down want? And it feels to me in your own life, a lot of you Aries people have tried to find a more, let's say, healthy way of life, or you may be thinking about a more healthy way of life that you would like for the future, or maybe even part of that, the healthiness of your body, mind and soul. Yeah. We have the Queen of Swords, so there is an awful lot of mental activity within you at the moment, and you are willing to let somebody in, but you know, You've also suffered quite a lot of pain. You've been hurt in the past. It can be extremely difficult to trust again. For those of you who've also gone through a separation or a divorce, it feels like a lot has happened to you, and you're having to sit in the energy of acceptance. And that can be a very uncomfortable energy to be in whilst it's happening, because you don't want things to be quite this way. And you've spoken some of your truth, you've spoken some of what's on your mind. I think you have told your partner, you've talked to your partner in the most honest way you can. There's still more on your mind, by the way, plenty more, but you've started to communicate in some small ways your thoughts. But don't overthink things, Aries. All right. You're willing to work. You're still willing to work. The majority of you are willing to work on a relationship, and you have ideas, and these are it's a very great area of ideas at the moment as to changes that you would like to make. And this is something that you're going to be thinking about over the coming months, to try and improve and consolidate and level up, so that you and a partner can make realistic decisions about the relationship. So here you are in this hermit energy, and aren't most of us in it at the moment? We've got so much time to think, and thoughts can run away with us, and thoughts can lead us down to stories. If we don't know exactly what our partner is thinking, or isn't willing to share feelings, then of course you can only go on the information that you see with your own eyes and what you're told by your partner. The rest you have to fill in, and that's not always it's not always easy to stay grounded at those times, because our mind has a habit of running away with us, like I said, telling us stories about why certain things are happening, and that may not really be the case. So you are holding back, you are looking at the situation, you are trying to be more detached and logical, you're trying to be wise about things. You're willing to work at it, but you're not willing to overdo it quite right now. It's not like you've got that much energy that you're really going to try too hard. It's just so much more at the moment about thinking of ways of trying to improve things, so that from this situation and the adventure you're looking for and hope for, that it transforms itself into this time of emotional success, really. So yes, a lot of re-evaluating going on here with you guys. Okay, in the future, as you've re-evaluated things, you are re-evaluating and you're moving yourself emotionally into new territory, a new direction. You are trying to extend your feelings, and I think you're actually trying to also look at how grateful you should be for what you do have. So you're trying from this period of quietness and stillness within you comes the sunshine, and emotionally things are going to be better. Yes, here's the Fool, confirming that there is a change of direction for you here. Now, Don't freak out, those of you who have partners, because it doesn't mean that you and a partner are splitting up. It's more like, how I see it, is more like you and a partner are going to talk about the future and what you want the future to look like, and try and make moves towards that new direction. You both need it. Your partner's willing to put the work in too, but obviously your partner's attitude is different to yours. They're a different person, so the way they put in work may be different to you, but that's okay. That's okay. So my sense is you are in for a much better time towards the end of the year, when things start to fall into place and you follow through on the beginning of the changes towards new plans. A new revitalized energy for a relationship again. You could literally say at the moment you are the camel here, and you know they store water in their humps and they live of what they convert to water, and you're kind of doing the same. Emotionally, you're feeling quite dry. You're not feeling too watered emotionally by your partner, so you're feeling a bit dry, like the camel. You might be a bit moody as well, like the camel. Camels can be a bit grumpy. Perhaps you are coming across to your partner as a bit grumpy at this moment, but I feel your partner's realistic enough to get that about you. All right, doubts. By the end of the year, I feel like your doubts are brushed away. Not totally, but more brushed away, and you're more certain that you have a future with the person that you are vibing with at the moment. All right, there may not be, for those of you who are at a distance from a partner, or you just can't see each other right now because of the present situation, you may feel a bit cut off from that person. If you're single, you may be feeling cut off, but this will pass. This will pass. Okay, let's see how your partner is looking at things now. So their present mindset around the relationship and the sense of adventure it brings. Some of you may be in a completely new relationship. Why? It could be feeling so exciting and new. So, okay, so we have the Queen of Swords doubled up by your Queen of Swords here. So there is, your partner does on the whole kind of reflect some of what you're feeling. It may not be immediately obvious because you're looking at a different person from the inside out, but I feel your partner's partially reflecting back to you that they too want to talk about how to improve the relationship, how to approach love, how to deal with present circumstances around them. They've also been hurt in love, and so they're wary, they're cautious, just as you are, and they're a little bit suspicious that you mean what you say, that you're actually as involved in the relationship as you are trying to get across. You may be coming over a bit cool, but then they are as well in their way. And you may be feeling that your partner is actually holding back from you a bit, that they're coming across like a bit like, I've done my bit, so it's up to you to prove to me now how much you care. And I think you're both in that energy right now. And we are, again, living under difficult circumstances. So when you've got a lot on your mind and things around you are breaking down, you're trying to hold it together and find some kind of sense in the madness. And of course, relationships are going to come under strain. It can't be helped. So know that this time too shall pass, and that you two will head towards like a reset with each other when all this is over. We have the Hierophant. So for you, I think you see your partner as either marriage material, somebody that you could make a living arrangement with in the future, or that you would like to marry in the future, or you are committed already. In your heart, you're feeling committed, but there is this underlying energy of not being quite sure. All right, you've still got a bit of a way to go within your own self, and your partner, it feels to me, is looking for commitment and would like to hear the language of commitment more from you, even if you're married. Okay, it's like reaffirming things, reaffirming your feelings. And I do feel, honestly, your partner is waiting for you to start that conversation. It feels to me like they think they've skirted around the issues long enough. Yeah. Okay, your partner is trying to remain calm in all of this. Again, I come back to some of you maybe with somebody who drinks, or maybe you both drink a bit to forget whatever you need to forget. But to be honest, deep down emotionally, things are not being forgotten. Deep down emotionally, your partner, I feel, is counting the things that are right and the things that are wrong. So that your partner may be nitpicking a little bit at this moment, and be nitpicking but holding back on exactly what it is that they're resenting. And of course, as long as they're holding back on that, all you're going to be at the receiving end of is certain moods, or maybe even your partner might go quiet and you're supposed to second guess how they want you to approach them. It's a difficult one, you know. So yeah, you've got the World coming out next for your partner. So I kind of get a sense, okay, that they're coming round full circle, and they want to see a new cycle in this relationship. And I say that again, whether you're married or whether you're not married, whether you're getting to know somebody, you know, you will, all you Aries people will be experiencing what I'm saying in different ways, because we're obviously all living different lives. But the experiences we go through are the same. It's just the way we deal with it that's different. So I'm feeling like your partner has in their heads dates that they're focusing on. Like they may be thinking, okay, I've put in enough work, so if I don't see anything changing by the time of the end of April or May, then I'm going to do this to try and move things along, or to establish where it's all going, or if to see if we can regenerate certain feelings, regenerate and this new direction. Basically, they want change as well. I think your partner also looks to me like they like to travel. And okay, this is turned over, the 8 of Wands. Yeah, I do think your partner likes to travel. I do think your partner is probably fairly sociable, especially if you're with a fire sign, especially if you're just starting out and you've recently met a fire sign. Yeah, your partner is generally, on the whole, a fairly good communicator, and there's a lot of messaging in the near future, a lot of talking. Yeah, if you or a partner live near water, I think then there'll be especially more communication between the two of you. There may be things that are said in such a way that you read it and you take away a different translation of how your partner meant to speak, and that could be happening vice versa. So be careful of misunderstandings. If you're not sure of something your partner has said to you, I feel you need to go back to the partner and say, I understand that you've said this and this and this. Have I understood that in the right way, or did you mean it in a different way? Open up the doors of communication, and I feel that that's going to be more possible towards the end of April, quite frankly. Okay. We've got the sun, which is just wonderful, because the sun, which is here as well in Sagittarius, and this is also a fire sign, by the way. It's very much a feeling of Leo, and obviously it can be Sagittarius, and you fire signs Aries, but there's a warmth here between two people now that they're communicating and checking in on what the other person's saying, and did they mean it this way or that way? What did you mean? I think then greater understanding is coming in, and we have the Knight of Cups. So your partner does want to move things ahead with you, I feel, and they when the style of communication changes and it's a more relaxed, less defensive way of communication, then I feel your partner's going to start to come away from their detachment and come a little bit more towards you in a more loving way, and the adventure keeps going and opening up. So if part of your adventure is wanting to move and start anew somewhere else with a present partner, it looks good. It looks good. But it also feels that this side of the year, it's about getting to know each other, and it's about setting certain wheels in motion. Next year, it's about actually firming up the plans. I also feel that your partner may actually really like pies, pastry, dumplings, comfort food actually. So I'm going to pull one last card from the Moonology cards and just see what the last bit of your message from Spirit is today. Let's just see. Okay, so the last card you have is Void of Course. Moon. All right, Void of Course, Moon. And it's saying nothing will come of this situation. And the meaning behind this is very much to do with the fact that this adventure is coming in. All right. So the situation, if it were to stay as it is presently, the feelings are on the surface, that is, that this situation won't come to anything. However, as you start to communicate on the deeper level and share dreams with each other, share ideas of creativity about the future with each other, you start to come more and more in tune. And so, yeah, this situation as it stands today, it's difficult to move on and create something else from it. So the situation in itself, therefore, can't come to anything. But however, we have power here, you have power here, your partner has power here. And so again, with altered thoughts and attitude, with starting to make some more realistic plans about the future and matching with actions and intentions, this relationship actually ends up growing, and you two are coming closer, and there is a warmth here, and you'll start to really feel that, I think, from the end of the year. So, Aries, good luck, and I wish everything good for you. Stay strong, and I'll see you again in a few days. All right, so keep well and optimistic. Bye.